What's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Dirt Track Boogie, huh? My name is Mike. Dirt Track Boogie. What is it? I thought I'd sit down for our first video and maybe talk about it a little bit. Give you kind of a little mission statement, if you would be. Dirt Track Boogies started off as just a vision. I want to start a YouTube channel, and I want to cover mainly 270 sprint car racing here at Clinton County Speedway in the lovely town of Mill Hall, Pennsylvania. There's a lot of great racing that happens there. Some 305 sprint cars. I think they got 3 or 4 410 shows coming up this year. Anybody that's never been there, I encourage you to check the track out. Anybody that's not familiar about what the sport of sprint car racing or micro sprint racing or 270 micro sprint racing is, that's kind of what we're here for. Little backstory. I fell in love with sprint car racing, man, when I was a kid. Going with my dad to Port Royal to watch the big guys. We watched Keith Kaufman and Lance DeWeese and Darren Ash and Chris Ash and Cowboy Jim Kennedy, some of the other old heads. Just grew up at the racetrack and really fell in love with the sport. Got away from it for a little bit, and I kept up within the last few years, 10 years. I mean, throughout life, I've still gone to the racetracks quite often, but probably not as much as I would have liked to. But here within the last 5 years, we really started going to Clinton County hard, and I had the opportunity to work with a friend that had a couple sprint cars, and got to help out with him and his son in the pits, and got to be around it, man. And like the excitement that you feel in the pits, like to put when you get the car started, the smell of the two-stroke oil, the motor rev, the instant throttle, and then to watch these guys send it into turn one off the front stretch is like something. I mean, unless you've seen it, you wouldn't believe it. But it was awesome, and I fell in love with it right away. And I was very grateful that I had the opportunity to spend the couple seasons there with the crew that I did. And luckily, I got the opportunity there 3 years ago to actually pilot one for 2 races. First race of the season wasn't bad. Started like 20th, I think. I think we ended up finishing 13th, which isn't bad, but it isn't great either. You know what I mean? But it was the first time, and I had a fucking blast. Fell in love with the sport. I mean, more so than I was previous. I knew right then that I was hooked. So then, the second race that we had of the season started off the same deal. Went out, found out what was going on with the car, got to where I wasn't really scared of it, and probably pushed the envelope harder than I should have, being that it was my second time in the car. Ended up going 3rd place in the heat race. Now, there was only 5 of us out there, and I passed the 3rd car for 3rd place, just out of luck, kind of. I think his motor fucked up. But nonetheless, got the pass, took 3rd place. That put us in for the redraw. My lovely wife, Billy, pulled the pill on the redraw. And for everybody that doesn't know, the redraw is anybody that takes 1st through 3rd in the heat races has the opportunity to reach into a hat and pull a ball out that has a number on it. And they typically only do that for the first couple races of the season, and that's just to decide where your starting order is going to be. So, like I said, my lovely wife pulls the pill for me. First time I've ever done it. First time I've ever took 3rd place. Second time I've ever raced ever. She pulls the pill and puts me on the pole. Well, from the pole, fell back right away. No big deal. Was racing back, was feeling good. Car was feeling loose. Ended up wrecking and putting it into the wall. Flipped the car 3 or 4 times. Did quite a bit of damage. But I got out of the car and was on a mission. Started building my own car, bit by bit, piece by piece, buying it where I could, when I could. Just now got it to a point this season where we're pretty much a motor away from competing. We're a motor. The shock package is a good question, and assembly. We got a new bolt kit and got a lot of work ahead of us if we want to make the schedule this year at all. But with all hopes, that's what we plan on doing. I mean, I have every intention of getting this car on the track, and just a little bit about getting the car on the track. I mean, this is kind of a lifelong dream. And I realize to you guys, you're about to see it for the first time, and it probably looks like a piece of shit. But it's my piece of shit. Bought and paid for with my money, right? There's no sponsor money coming in here, no support, nothing like that. This was all done out of me. It's been a process, but I'm winning the process, Hopefully we get a motor sorted out here and can make some dreams happen, get some experience, get some wheel time, man. It's fun. I'm telling you, it's the most fun I've ever had. And I've done some pretty cool stuff in my life, between cage fighting and the football and the wrestling growing up, and a lot of the cool experiences. By far, piloting a sprint car around a racetrack, full throttle, wound tight, fifth gear, is like nothing I have words for. Very excited to get the opportunity to get back out there. But till we get the chance to get back out there, we're going to focus on the sport. We're going to focus on Clinton County. We're going to focus on some of my favorite drivers. Luckily, some of these guys over here, we have great relationships with. Some of the fastest guys at the track are the humblest people you'll ever meet. We have one guy that we're helping out, a good buddy of mine, Mac Wirt, number 44. He's fast, wicked fast. And he's about to break. I feel like he's about to get a win for sure this season. So, that being said, I'm going to show you a little bit about the car. All right, here we go. This is the car. I realize, like I said, there's not a whole lot here to look at, but kind of the beauty behind of a sprint car is there's not a whole lot there. Like you can see, there's front wheels, some front axles, right? Some shocks. Radius rods, torsion arms, torsion stops. See that? Little front wing going on, huh? We've got our front hood over here. A little bit of seat. The steering wheel sitting down here in the pile with a motor mount. Some other odds and ends, some new radius rods. Shifter cable. Various body parts. There's the belly pan, front tire. Got to figure the front axle out. We seem to be having an issue right down here. Doesn't look quite all right, but we'll sort that out. Back axle, that's where all the love has to happen. Lot going on there. Lot going on. The backup axle and hood. There's part of the wing. We have the other part of the wing sitting over under the carport. Here's our piece of shit motor. Anybody want a turd? Suzuki DRZ 400. 4-stroke. Motor's no good for what I'm going to be trying to use it for. But we shall see. Anywho, that's pretty much the car. That's where the dog lies. Nice to meet you. Glad to get you the chance to explain the channel to you. I'll do what I can to figure out how to share the links to the first race, what I was talking about. I think I do have it recorded somewhere. I think I have the second race recorded somewhere too. I'll try and find a link for that. Otherwise, I'd like to thank you for stopping by the channel. Please do what you can. Like, share, subscribe, and get ready. Tomorrow we're at the racetrack. We have 270s run-in and limited late models, and 4 cylinders and pro stocks. So, but we'll be there for the 270s. But anyways, we'll see you tomorrow night at the racetrack. Dirt Track Boogie. Later. Peace.